Hi, I'm Dr. Allie Duffy, and I'm going to take you through this quick strength series that is appropriate for the third trimester, assuming you don't have any complications through your pregnancy that might prohibit you from certain types of movements. We are going to use a loopy strength band. If you have the option of different loops, I would recommend one that's a little bit on the lighter side. But we're going to get started in the all fours position. I'll set the band off to the side. As always, this is meant to feel good for your body, so please take any modifications that you need, and I'll offer them throughout this program. We're going to set up in the all fours position here first. Hands under knees, hands under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Your gaze is down towards the mat. And we'll start with just a little bit of gentle pelvic tilting in the cat-cow motion. So you're exhaling, focusing on the movement of your pelvis, drawing baby up towards your spine, and inhaling to let the tailbone flare, letting your belly relax and release towards the floor. Exhale, deepening your breath, gazing down, drawing belly up towards the spine. Inhaling, allowing your belly to relax, and in this position you can also imagine that your sits bones are widening. We'll try two more just like this, and then gently flaring through the tailbone. And last one, exhale, pressing the floor away, and inhaling to find that flare. From here, we're going to set up with that loop band around your thigh bones. Hardest part of the workout is going to be putting this on. And then we'll come back to that all fours position. If your wrists are bothering you, you can do this whole series down on your forearms as well as an option. So press the floor away from you, puff up air between your shoulders. First thing we'll do, starting on the left side, is to exhale, extend the leg back, tucking toes under. This may be where you stay, and you can practice bending the knee, pressing to lift the thigh bone up against the band. If you're still available to do a little bit of a progressed balance challenge here, you're going to extend that single leg back behind you. Exhaling as you press back to find that gentle core engagement, balancing out your pelvis by pressing down evenly into both hands. Gaze is at the fingertips. You have 3. Press to reach. 2. Exhale, press, lift and extend. Last one. Hold it back. Pausing here. You have the option to walk your fingertips forward. You have the option to float the fingertips up. Hold and breathe. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take it down, second side. Again, we'll start with the right toes tucked under. You have the option to just bend and press. You should feel this working your right glute. And if you're not sure, you can always bring your hand to your glute to check in. You can imagine lifting your thigh bone high up to the sky. You can also float that leg and try that gentle lower and reach. Lower and reach. Good. And reach. You have 3 and 2. Getting ready for that little hold here. Last one. Hold it back, pause. Option to walk the left fingertips in front of you, maybe floating that left hand up off the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, taking it all the way down. Excellent. From here, we're going to take the knees wide, feet together, taking that right hand out to the side, practice rotating up to the sky and back down. Exhale, lifting up to rotate. So this is just a nice mobilization for your mid-back. This range of motion should be relatively small and certainly pain-free. You want to use the bottom hand pressing into the floor to help you lift and rotate towards that top hand. And your goal is to get your rib cage to open and spin to allow you a little deeper breath in this position. do one more here. Good. Coming back down, we're gonna remove that band from your thigh bones for the time being and find a mermaid seated position. Now, if this seated position is not available to you, you can also sway your legs off to the side. So we'll let go of the band for a moment, open the arms, and just take a little mermaid sway side to side. We were just rotating the ribs. Now we're gonna be side bending the rib cage open. And we're gonna add, of course, a little bit of strength work to this in just a second. Good. So from here, first set, you're gonna remain seated in this position, stacking head over hips, holding the sides of your band. Roll the shoulders onto your back and start to exhale. Rotate your forearms open. Now, while this looks like my wrist and forearm are doing the movement, this is actually coming from my shoulders rolling open. Okay, so you should feel the work for this in the back of your shoulders. If you're not, pin those elbows in close, make your range of motion a little bit smaller, and sit up nice and tall, exhaling as you pull. Pull, you have 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. You're gonna keep that band in each hand, stepping your left hand down towards the floor, right arm up to the sky. Now, if this is too much tension, you can always walk that hand in a little bit closer, but from here, we're gonna do little tricep press. Up, up, up. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up through the center. Swing your legs to the other side, mermaid position. Release your band and take that side bending up and over. With this one, because we're mobilizing your rib cage, you want to think about breathing deeply into the side of the ribs. That's gonna help you to get a little bit of a deeper stretch. So if you picture here, your rib cage is like an umbrella. That umbrella should open in all directions, but particularly to the side. 2 more like this. And last time. Awesome. We're gonna come on up here, grab back onto that band, second set of that external rotation. So again, rolling shoulders down your back, thumbs point up to the sky, and start to open. I love this exercise in the 3rd trimester. As we have so much of our weight in front of us, all of a sudden, we start to tend to round forward. So really nice to open up the chest, build up some strength in those upper back muscles, because before you know it, you're gonna be carrying around a baby, nursing if that's in your plan, and all of those things, again, involve lots of forward bending. So as much as we can to keep the strength of our upper back, really, really helpful for our long-term posture. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. You're gonna take now that right hand down to the floor, left hand up to the sky, little pulses up, up, up into that band. Up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way back. We're gonna slip that band around your thigh bones once again, and this time coming down onto our side. So lying on your side with the legs straight is the first option here. You can also progress this exercise by propping up onto your bottom elbow and coming onto your bottom knee. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate here. If you are still down on your side, both legs are reaching out, and we're going to start to press up into that band. So you should feel your bottom oblique and your top hip, as well as your bottom hip if you're in this lifted position, working to help hold you still. Breath is really important, so if you notice any coning or doming here through the center of your abdominals, slow down and exhale before you pick the leg up. 3, 2, and and one, taking it all the way back down. Again, if you're all the way down, you can always press that top hand into the mat for a little bit of balance. We're gonna do a second set here. I'll demo from the floor this time. Exhale and lift, lift, lift. Good. Again, outer hip should be working. If you're getting any pinching in the front of your hip, pull your leg back in space just slightly so that you're feeling more of the glute rather than your hip flexor or TFL. 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the leg down, we're gonna keep the band on. Press yourself on up to sitting. We'll go right on up and over to that second side. So again, you can lie down on your side with legs straight. I'm gonna demo that modified, or rather progressed option to come up into your side plank here if that still feels good for you. And we'll start with that lift, lift. Keep in mind that your two sides might feel quite different here. So you can always choose a different option for this side if that's in your practice. 3, 2, and 1. Take it down, lower and rest. Second set, you can choose to stay all the way down on the mat. This is going to be a little more challenging with the hand up. You can also press the hand down for balance. Up, lift, exhale, lift, lift. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending through the knees. Press yourself on up to a seat, and you can remove that band. All right, now I know time is very limited in this phase of pregnancy. Energy is diminishing, so I kept this short and sweet. We're gonna finish with a quick mid-back breath work and mobilization in the all fours position here. So with this stretch, you're going to keep your hips over your knees. You're not sitting back like a child's pose. And you're just gonna walk your hands or slide your hands forward until you can let your forehead rest onto the mat. Now, if this bothers your shoulders, another option here is to take the hands out a little bit wider, bending at the elbows and letting your forehead rest onto the mat. And in this setup, your belly is relaxed. You can imagine your sits bones flaring and widening in this position. And you want to focus on breathing into the back side of your ribs, as though you might puff up your rib cage high to the ceiling. And taking one more breath here. And you can gently walk your hands back. I love that one, again, especially in the third trimester. If you're familiar at all with spinning babies, that little bit of inversion is a helpful way to give your pelvis some space for baby to center their head down into your pelvis for your upcoming labor and delivery. So I wish you all the best of luck. If you want a little bit more, you can repeat that sequence, but I'll leave you with that. Thank you.